So thank you guys for joining us today. We always look forward to our club conversations. You know, this is a chance where we really can have more of an intimate conversation with everybody, and you get to have a voice, you get to ask us questions, you know, but today we're going to train you a little bit on the new Getaways system. And we still have tons of questions. So we're here to train everybody, to help everybody, to make everybody's life easier. And so we wanted to walk through the process for, you know, like claiming your getaway, walking through how to see the different getaway options. And then I'm going to walk through the 7-night getaway, because I have so many questions coming in from everybody, you know, on how to really use the 7-night system. And so I want to teach you guys all how to really use it, and just the best way to get the most results and have the most options when using the system. So I'll walk through that, but Lee is going to start out and walk through just the getaway site and how to evaluate all your getaway options and then start claiming. And there is training in your back office. So if you guys don't know how to claim something, or if you have questions about just how to get to the getaway site in general, in the back office, there are training videos, there's FAQs, there's stuff that you guys have access to.
So logging in is just, this actually is something that we get a lot of questions about. And as you guys know, it is a new site. So we are working on all of the things like we talked about at the event. We're working on a brand new Club Seacret website that we hope to have available, you know, early next year. It's a huge endeavor, but all of the connections going back and forth to your back office and just all the things you're going to be able to see will be fine-tuned. So for now, we may have a couple of little bumps, but hopefully we can still get through it, and we're trying to make it as seamless as possible. But the best way, I know that everybody is so used to going to their back office and clicking go to Club Seacret from there. The best way to do it, to get straight into your getaway site, is if you just go straight to Club Seacret and don't go that way, because you're going to end up having to log in again, just based on the fact that that is a connection that we're still trying to make between the back office and the Club Seacret site. But if you do get here and you click enter getaway and you aren't completely logged in, it's just going to ask you to log in again. And so what will happen is here, this is going to eventually populate the getaways. So I had logged directly into Club Seacret, so it let me straight in. If I came from my back office, it would ask me to log in again. And there people get stumped, because what do? We save our passwords, we save them on our phone, we use our face, we use our finger, we use all the things. So we forget what that password is. So the simplest thing is, if you can't get in and it keeps giving you the error to say your login credentials are not right, then just go to your back office, reset your password, give it a few minutes, and it'll replicate through, and then you're going to know your password. You can sign in and then save it again. So a little, just some tips, but I know that that is a little bit of a hiccup for a lot of people. So hopefully just logging in will help. And I'm just going to go through a few pointers of the errors that people see and wonder, what the heck? So another one is this little guy here, this little shopping bag is your shopping cart. So right now I have a voucher in my shopping cart. We're only allowing people to claim one voucher at a time, just so you're not accidentally claiming 2 or 3 and going, oh, I didn't mean to do that. And then we got to figure out what to do. So this way you can go through. Now I could go back in if I have more than one available and claim another one. But per session, you can just do one at a time. So if I were to try to claim another one, I'm going to skip through real quick. We'll come back, kind of walk through slower. But if I was to try to claim another one, I'm going to get this error that a lot of people are seeing. And it says, you already have one in your cart. Please complete checkout. And they're like, where's my cart? Well, that's the cart, the little fancy guy that pops out. So if you have something there you don't want, there's the X, you can clear out your cart and you can start over, or you can go to checkout. So that's one thing. Another error, people, you may see you don't have any getaways available. Well, if you go here to your little person, that's your account, it's going to show you if you have any. You'll have a number here. So if yours is 0 and should not be, then contact customer care and we can look into it. We can see all your past purchases. We can see all your past getaways, and we can try to solve for perhaps you fell through the gap, or maybe you did claim one manually and you don't remember, or however we can help you. But again, here it'll show everyone that you have claimed so far in this system. We are working on trying to get all of that old data, our previous data, into this system, but it's a ton of data. We have so many members and so much that we don't want to break it while we don't want to break this process while trying to import data. But that is a goal, is to get everything over here so you can see anything you did claim in the past. So then you do see right away, oh, I did have 3 and I did claim 3. So, okay. But anyway, so those are some of just a few pointers to help through some of the little hiccups that people are seeing. But one other thing is if you do claim a 7-night stay, right now we are working on rebuilding a whole new experience for 7-night stay, as far as what your live inventory site is going to look like and what your redemption site is going to look like. And we hope to have that ready in about another week. So it's going to say Club Secret. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be like the other vouchers, where you claim a voucher, you get a voucher number, and you go activate that voucher, versus getting another email with a voucher to register, to click, click, click. It's a lot fewer clicks and a lot nicer experience. So we are working on that 7-night. But until then, if you have claimed a 7-night and you got your email that said you should get this within 3 days, and it's been 3 days. I've been working those personally, and I've been working them every day. So if you don't have it, you probably do. You just don't realize it. So they're going into your spam or junk mail a lot of times, because it is a no reply email address it's coming from. So look around that 3-day period of when you claimed it, and you can probably find it there. If not, let us know at our clubseacret.info at secretdirect.com email box, and we can trigger that again and send it to you again. So just let us know. But that is another one that I know that I've sent a bunch of them, and I can see if people are booking them, and not a lot of people have booked. So it's fine if you haven't booked, but you have a year. But I just want to make sure everybody's actually seeing them, and being able to use them in their inbox. But we are getting straight to those. So, Catherine,
And
do
it
you
does
want me to walk? I'm
It does
sorry.
say do not reply at resortsearch.com. So it's
Yep.
not coming from Club Secret. It's do not reply.
This is what it looks like. So this is the email address. Do not reply it. And then you get this little envelope. So this is what your email, exactly. I just grabbed this, from my inbox. But anyway, so yeah, and then when you open it up, you can click right through and activate it. And we do have this video in the back office to talk through step by step of all the clicks. And then again, once we change the process up and it's a different experience, we will let everybody know and do a new video. And then something else real quick, and then I'm going to let Catherine get to some more stuff on the 7-night stay, because that is our big big guy with lots of questions. Something I want to cover that's probably in the Q&A, something that we are diligently working on and we do plan to have out by Tuesday is everyone who claimed a resort voucher in the old system and has not booked against it. We have about 1,800 people that fall into that category. And if you do, you will be getting an email with a special link that you will use to go in, that you can use to go into our exchange site. And then you will be able to exchange your previous resort voucher for a 7-night stay, an EU hotel, or a cruise. So we're getting lots and lots of those questions, and we promised it would be the beginning of November, and we are on track for the 1st. So again, we'll be blasting it. And if you try to get in and you don't, it's only going to allow people that actually qualify in. Our getaway system is on unique emails. So if you have your email on more than one account and it's someone else's account and you're both trying to access your getaway, you're going to have a conflict and somebody's not going to be able to log in. So make sure you have a unique email address in your back office and it'll replicate over and you'll be able to use that. And both people get into your getaway site.
When you guys log in to the 7-night stay, I'm going to teach you a couple of tricks because I get so many questions about people saying, they don't understand why they aren't seeing the, just a full list of properties and all of the options. And one of the reasons is because the filters that people are putting in are filtering out all of the properties. The thing about the 7-night stay is that you really have to plan your trip around when the property has availability. So this program is a little bit different. So you're going to see options that are no additional cost. So maybe a property has 5 rooms that are available. There might be 2 that are at no additional cost. There might be 2 upgrades, so they're at a cost. There might be, another one that is, for more people. And so it is, even upgraded even more. And so if you log in and see a property that's available in the morning at no additional cost, and you're like, okay, I love that. And then you log back in the next day, and now all you see are rooms at a cost, then those rooms that were at 0 cost, they're gone, they got booked. So this program is a little bit different than what you're probably used to as like going to booking.com or something. It's a little different. So first I'm going to show you guys how to see the properties that have no cost. So Lee, if you want to go up to the search and let's just search Mexico.
Click it or
yeah.
type it.
So
Okay.
just click on Mexico. That's fine. It'll come up with go to check all. That's fine. So we're just going to search all of Mexico. And so it'll pop up with all of these options, tons of options to choose from. So as you can see over here on the left-hand side, there's it says no charge accommodations available. That means that this property has rooms that are available at no additional cost. So these ones are, you just pay the $50 redemption fee and there's no additional cost for these. Now you can see that there's some that say the no additional cost, but then over here it says upgrade starting at $149. That typically means that the property has rooms that are available in the near future. That's usually either 30, 60, 90 days, and they're going to be no additional cost. But if you want to book out further, it's going to cost $149 or more. So some of the properties, they only have no additional cost within the next 30 days. Some of them have no additional cost within the next 60 days. Some of them have no additional cost within the next 90 days. This system is all about digging in and trying to find, if you want to book out 90 days and you don't want to pay the $149, you're going to have to dig and find those properties that have that option. But then there's going to be some properties that don't have that only have it at 30 days. They don't have the no additional cost at 90 days. So you're going to have to pay more if you want to book it out further. So And you can see some of them, it's more than $149. Lee, if you want to do this Boss Club or that one. So if you click on this one, if you want to scroll down, so you can see there's some that are no charge. So you see the list of no charge, but then if you want to book out further, and now we're starting to get into the holiday season, into the Christmas season, it's going to cost more. So those ones are at $400, $427. And again, this is not per night. This is for the 7 nights. So for 8 days, 7 nights at $420. If you want to book out further, you know, that's still a really good price and a really good option. But if you wanted to book in the near future, like this one is through December 3rd is the last option, the November 26th through December 3rd, and that's at no additional cost. So there's no other charges. You just pay the redemption fee for the certificate, and then it's no additional charge. So you just have to play around with it, but you can see that this one has a lot of options. So if you waited a couple of weeks, then all of these that are right here at the 409 charge, those might be no additional cost, because now it's bringing it into the time frame within 30 days. So if you see a property that keeps coming up, so what I recommend, if you know that you're going to be traveling like in May, start looking now, start seeing the properties that you like, start looking at the properties that come up on a regular basis. Then you're going to be able to see which ones are probably going to be available for you when it's time for you to travel, if you don't want to pay those additional charges. Another thing that I get questioned about, if you want to go back over here, Lee, just so you guys see where it has the TripAdvisor ratings. So some of those will say coming soon. And I keep having people say, so there you go. That says coming soon. That doesn't mean the property is coming soon. That means the rating is coming soon. I keep getting that where people are like, there's properties listed, but it's coming soon. It's not available. No, they're available. Just the rating isn't available yet. So that is, you know, a question I get all the time. So Lee, if you want to go up, so you guys see how there's, you know, let's see, scroll up really fast. So there's 54 options right here. Now, Lee, let's put in a specific date. So let's do a week, do November. Well, let's just see, somebody wants to travel in December. So let's do December 12th through 19th.
All right. I'll do the 19th.
The 19th. So then it's an entire week. So if we search that, now that cut that down to 25. So you guys see how that just cut out half of the properties by taking, you know, by putting in a specific date, and it took away all of the no additional cost ones. So these are all going to cost because it's booking outside of that 30-day window. Again, there are some properties that will allow you to book outside of that 30-day window at no additional cost. You just have to dig for them. But so I recommend not putting in the dates that you want to travel. Just understand, okay, I want to travel, you know, in December sometime. Let me see what's available. And I'm going to go in here and then see the list of that the properties have of their availability. So Lee, we did Mexico. Let's do another region really fast, just so that people can see. Let's do the United States. Just to check all, just so we can start going through. I know that a lot of people, maybe they don't have a passport, what have you. There's tons of options in the United States. And there's, let's see, there's 712 properties listed in the United States. So that's a ton. You guys have lots and lots of options, and look at all of these no charge. So if you want to scroll down just so people can kind of see these over there on the left, you see how it says no charge accommodations. All of these are no charge. So you guys have tons of options here in the US. And now let's do what's another region that people ask about all the time. Let's go to let's do Europe. And just do check all, because we just get questions all the time. You know, I want to see options. I don't see any no charge, but as you guys can see, there's tons of no charge accommodations. You just have to take out all of those filters. And a lot of these properties, so Lee, click on the second one down. Let's do this. Yeah, let's check out this place. And so this one only has 3 dates listed. So this one might not be one that you can just come back to and you can count on to be here regularly, because some of them have a long list of availability. So this one just has a couple of rooms that are available. But they're all at no charge. If you want to go back to the list. And then let's scroll down a little bit. Let's go to where it starts having some add an additional charge, just because we can start seeing when they start charging again. So let's look at either one of those right there. So this one, it only gives you options through December 29th. So it's only giving you about 60 days worth of inventory. So again, it all depends on the property, on if they're going to give you 30 days inventory, 60, 90. Some of them I looked at and they had all the way out through May of next year. So it really depends on the property, but most of them will only provide inventory within the next 90 days. Okay, so as you guys can see, let's do another region, Lee. Let's do Africa. And then let's do South America next. I know we always have our Brazil group that really wants to check out Brazil. So here we go with Africa. So I know that there's a lot up in Egypt, but here's Senegal, here's Tunisia. But these are all no charge accommodations. So guys, we definitely have options around the globe. And all of these coming soon. Again, that's just a TripAdvisor. All right, let's do South America really fast, just so that we can show all of our Brazil folks that there you go. There's a lot of options. So, guys, it really just depends on where you want to travel. And I would just understand that, you know, come into the system, understand what properties you might be interested in and which properties have a consistent amount of availability. And if you see something that lines up with when you want to travel, I would book it, because most of the properties, like, they don't have tons and tons of availability. It's 1, 2, 3 rooms for the week that you want to go. So if you see something, book it. But I hope that this was helpful. Lee, is there anything that I missed? I think the main things that people were asking where they didn't see that there what the no charge, but we went through how you guys can see them. Just take away the filters.
There's a couple of other things I get. Well, these more filters, even though, like, if you want to see your widest range, yes, take everything away. But if you want, like, some people are like, are there any all-inclusive? So you can filter just by that and see which options, you know, where there may be some all-inclusive options, and they're optional. So what you do is you don't have to pay the all-inclusive fees, but if you want to see, hopefully this is one that's going to be kind to me, but most of the time at the bottom, it gives you your all-inclusive fees. So it's not going to be
go back
kind.
down. It said all-inclusive information. It might keep going down. Nope.
Yeah, there's generally
Right
a
there.
chart.
Oh yeah.
This isn't one that does it.
No.
So yeah, we can look into some of these, but generally, like I said, it's going to make me search, but normally there's a chart there that says how many. Here, let's do this one. I think I looked at this one earlier today, that tells me how much those all-inclusive fees are. So this one is a no charge accommodation, but you would pay $59 per day per adult for the all-inclusive fee if you wanted to. So that's how you find your all-inclusive. If it's not down here, let us know in our inbox and we'll see if we can get some more detail added, because it really should be. It's not like it needs to be hidden, but as you saw, it isn't always there. And then the other thing I found, which the other day I was just very curious, because these 7 nights, these additional charges, if there's ever an additional charge, it's not only that you get it for the full 7 nights. It's for however many people fit in there. And so, or not fit, sorry, I always say that, the max occupancy. So I was really curious how many properties there are in here that hold 8 people, because I know a lot of people want to do groups, and this may be an option for you to do kind of like a girls' weekend or guys' weekend or skiing or what have you. But look at all the no charge accommodations for these are for up to 8 people will fit in, or it will accommodate up to 8 people. And then so it's, I mean, 8 people get to go for, I don't know. I just thought that was really cool. So some of these filters, they're really friendly if you're trying to find something super specific. Just keep in mind, you know, it will limit what you can see, but if that's your if that is your goal, you can even do here to where all you see is the no charge ones. Which again will shrink your list because of whatever the day is that you're looking at it. But still, I like advanced filters. I'm just kind of a nerd that way. But so the first one says, when can the old registrants switch over to the new if they've already claimed the old? So we talked about that. So that's the one that we're going to do. We should be able to see next week. And remember, it's only the resorts. We're not exchanging cruises or EU hotels. Those were very specific. But in the beginning of the program, we only had resorts. So that's why we are, changing those out. If you want to, you don't have to. You can still book against them. There's still properties available. Just have to make sure and click Dominican Republic in 2023, but there is inventory there if you want it. I don't know, maybe this is the same question, but or maybe you were clarifying. The 7-night getaways have all-inclusive options available, but there's nothing on there that tells you the total price. So again, yeah, so we showed where those should be, and if they're not, you know, we can ask the vendor if they can add any more information for us.
So let's see, I don't want condos with kitchens. I want more resorts. There's multiple options. So in that 7-night, especially if you see down in Mexico, there's tons of resorts that are, some of them are 4-diamond resorts. Like they're really nice properties that are resorts. They're not condos. So with this program, there's definitely a mix of hotels, condos, and resorts. So you get multiple options because everybody likes to travel a little bit differently. As how can I request an updated room? Updated or upgraded, I'm not sure. The only way you can get upgrades on the room is when you get to the property. So for booking it through our system, you just book the room, and then when you get there, if they have upgrades, then you can negotiate those. But I haven't seen an option to submit for upgrades other than the time that you book.
Yeah, and sometimes it'll say on there, so your upgrade may be a 1-bedroom versus a studio.
Yeah,
Those will be listed if they have them available
yeah,
on the site.
yeah. It does say, yeah, studio, 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, kitchen, no kitchen, that kind of stuff. Do you have some EU hotel suggestions? I don't know the EU hotel inventory off the top of my head, but in the EU hotel options, there's tons of properties. There's 1,200 properties in there, and they're expanding on a regular basis. But then you can also go into the 7-night stay also has options over in Europe. So I would just recommend go through the site. You do have previews available for both of those options, the 7-night and the EU hotels. So you're able to see properties for both of those programs. On ask, can I exchange my EU getaway for 7 days? No, we are only allowing the resort exchange for the exchange process. Are there always additional charges when booking out more than 90 days? Typically, that like there's one-offs that don't charge for it. I've seen, but it takes digging. Like you have to get in there, you really have to search, you have to really open up each one of those tabs, look through the properties, see the options. Most of the time there will be a charge, but there are some properties that do not have an additional charge. So it's really just a matter of digging through the system and finding those one-offs that don't have any type of additional charge for booking out further.
Here's one that says, do the getaway trips get price guarantee for price matching? No. So getaways are generally, and there's more clarification. So it's tried to add a third person on a cruise and the price jumped to more than the cruise site. So the vouchers for all getaways are all, I mean, they're basically for 2 people. So if you are adding more people or adding, I mean, in anything, you may now 7 nights is a little bit more unique because there are options that will hold 2 to 8 people sometimes, but it's not the norm. So the way that, you know, the getaway is positioned as it is for 2 people. So there's not really a price match because it's most of the time there's no charges, or you're just paying your port charges or your taxes. But yeah, that doesn't have a price match guarantee. And then Sheen did clarify, Catherine, what the reference to was the original when we first started talking about Getaway and all of the new options. And we were talking about those all-inclusive, like the 2 to 4 night all-inclusive options that we haven't launched those yet. So it was, when are we going to launch those? Those were, we don't have a date for when we're going to release those. Honestly, we did a test, a demo with a group, and there are several redemption fees involved, and it is a short stay, and you can't stack those vouchers. So it had a few drawbacks that we really weren't that enthused with after we got into it some more. So just being very candid to say we're, you know, always looking for some all-inclusive options, but at this time we don't have them, and we don't necessarily have a date that we would or we may not go into those programs.
Yeah, and we're also, so for those ones, we are creating programs for some of the other getaways that go along with, you know, maybe like Rockstar promotions or Billboard promotions or something like that, where it's, if you reach a certain status, then you get opened up to a certain segment of getaways that's not open up to everybody. And so we're creating programs that are going to be kind of like loyalty programs and level up programs and all of that, to where once you level up, then you get the opportunity to have other getaways that not everybody else gets. So we're putting together programs again with some of these other getaways that, you know, will be only accessible to certain groups of people. So we will have our staples, which are the 7-night, the EU hotels, and the cruises. And then once in a while, we're going to have promotional ones that are open up to everybody, but then we're going to have like the level up, loyalty, different things that we're creating programs for right now.
There's a question here. I just want to answer this because I'm excited about it. Can we expect more secret escapes to be added soon? I know they're not part of the getaway site. Yes, we added one last night, in fact, and yours truly is sitting here programming some more. So yes, they are coming out. We've got this one is in Prague in Europe. And then we're working on one for a team trip, and we'll just see if that one will open up to everyone. But yes, we are working to get more escapes out. I don't want to give away too much, but we have some in Thailand. We have some in I think we're going to have another one in Mexico, just different properties. So yes, Catherine is working her fingers to the bone, trying to get some new options and a little bit new twist and spin to the way that we group our people and we gather up for not getaway. I've got that on my brain. For escape. So we are going to have more options. You'll start seeing them. We'll start advertising and letting you guys know as soon as they come out.
Yep, yeah, but just check the escapes on the Club Secret website because we have new options going up on a regular basis. So it says, I have my getaway from the beginning. I claimed it, but I haven't used it. Can I exchange it for a cruise? So yes, if you had your getaway and never used it, but you claimed against it, yes, we will. Again, that'll be part of the exchange process. So you'll receive an email. Everybody who can claim the exchange and be part of the exchange program will receive an email that gives them instructions on how exactly to do that. And our goal is to have that by November 1st.
Here's one that says, what's the difference between 400 and 700 getaway trips? The dollars, sorry. So the difference is the packs. It's not your trip. So your trip, your getaway vacation is the same that's included with whichever pack you're purchasing, but the packs are different contents and different sizes, and that's why the different prices. So that's not in reference to the trips at all, because we're not paying for the getaway. You're paying for your products and your pack. Or I see there's a fee for the 7 days. It's 7 nights, but yeah, if I choose that one rather than the EU, does that mean I have to pay? When I purchase the Pro Pack, the EU is included at no extra fee. So how it's working is every program's different. So some of the programs that we roll out may have just like the 7 nights may have an all-inclusive ability to purchase the all-inclusive piece, or like a cruise may include some fees for port charges, or if you're adding people to an all-inclusive package on the other resort site, you have to pay something for that. So there are fees included in different ones, and the EU hotel program does have they do require that you dine at the property, or you don't have to eat there, but you do pay for it. So there are some fees incurred, and that's why on every single option now we have FAQs, we have the booking process, we have videos so that everyone can see all of that up front and know which one to pick. But I do want to call out for the Pro Pack, if you got a Pro Pack and you got more than one getaway and you already received one, or if you didn't receive any of them yet, you can go to the getaway site and get your others there. You no longer have to ask for those to be sent to you manually, and you can choose whichever one you want. If you wanted 3 7 nights, you can have 3 7 nights. If you wanted 3 EU hotels, you can have 3, or 2 and 1. You don't have to pick one of each type anymore. So just to clarify some other things, maybe nobody asked, but just giving more information. But yeah, sometimes there are fees for different ones, but for the 7 night, there is a $50 activation fee that you pay at checkout.
This one says, any idea as to when we can cash in Club Secret status points for vacations as opposed for products? So you will be able to start using your points for vacations. We're working on upgrading our system. So we talked about, we're going to have a new website for Club Secret. We're also going to have a new OTA, and in the OTA, we are going to tie your points into the OTA so you can use those against travel. And the amazing thing about the new OTA site is that you can you can buy your travel all the way down to $0 if you have enough points. So it's up to you on how many points you want to spend. You can buy down, if a flight is $200, you can buy down $10 of it if you only want to use a portion of your points, $50. You can buy all the way down to $0 if you want to use your points. So it's an amazing system. We're building it, and we should have that done we're hoping by the first of the year, but we're rolling it out. So we're hard at work, just enhancing all of our systems and giving you guys the best experience possible.
I do want to answer one more question here. It says, will there be any secret experiences for NFL and NBA games this season like last year? They're already on the site. So we already have on our experience, go to your Club Secret, go to experiences, and you're going to see the Super Bowl, and you're going to see the Bears and Packers games like we had last year. We don't have any NBA right now, I don't think, but we do have the NFL experiences there for you.
Yeah, and keep in mind, so if you want the VIP experiences, yes, go to your experiences. You're going to be able to have that whole VIP experience. If you just want to go to the games and buy tickets at a discounted rate, you can go to your member deals, and there's millions of tickets in there, but tons and tons of tickets to different sporting events and stuff, and they're going to be at a discounted rate. It's not going to be the VIP where you get the drinks and meet the players and all the stuff, but if you just want to go to games, I recommend doing it through member deals.
Okay, one more, Catherine, and then I think we're running out of time for today.
Yes.
This one is, I covered this at the beginning, you might have missed it, but it says, when I try the 7 nights, the answer I got is, so I'm assuming you're trying to add the 7 nights to your cart, and it's saying you already have an EU hotel in your cart. So if you go up to the tiny little shopping bag at the top, when you click it, it'll pop open a shopping cart, and you'll see what vouchers in your cart, and you can clear that out if that's not the one you want.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I hope that this was helpful. We definitely appreciate everybody who joined us today. And if you have any additional questions, you can always shoot us an email. Don't need like a pressing answer to right away. Just come back in 2 weeks and join us for the next club conversations and ask any questions then.